Hey guys, so today I'm going to be showcasing some of the capabilities of Deno. Now, what's Deno? Deno is a JavaScript runtime similar to Node.js, except that Deno claims to be superior to Node.js. Just a couple weeks ago, Deno came out with Deno 2, which added NPM support, which now makes Deno a worthy contender for best JavaScript runtime. It can go toe to toe with Node now. So let's see if it actually does that. If we navigate over to the Deno homepage, you'll see that they clearly advertise themselves as an uncomplicated upgrade over Node.js. In particular, they add the ability to run projects without having to install a Node modules folder. Deno allows you to run JavaScript files as scripts and will also give you the capability of bundling JavaScript projects into executable files that you can run on your Windows machine. Deno also comes with a lot of features out of the box that will save you the hassle of downloading a bunch of basic npm packages from a package registry, such as Axios, NoDaemon, etc. But does this make Deno a worthy rival of Node? Let's find out. So to get started, we first have to install Deno on our system, similar to how we would normally install Node. You can do this by simply running a terminal command based on your operating system. And once Deno is installed, we can check to see if it's installed correctly by simply running the command deno ---- version. And as you can see, we do have Deno 2 installed on our system. So let's go ahead and create an example project that we can use to start tinkering with Deno. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to demonstrate how we can create a simple Express project using Deno. And we're also going to be showcasing a few of the capabilities that Deno provides for us. So once I'm at the directory that I want to create my project in, I can go ahead and run the following Deno command: Deno run npm express generator, and then the name of our project, Deno Express Demo. Now, one of the features of Deno is that it will ask you for security permissions every time a security permission is required. So we're just going to go ahead and give access to all the permissions that are needed. And you can see we successfully created our Deno project. So let's go ahead and open VS Code. Alrighty, so taking a look at the project explorer here, you'll see that clearly this project is a Node project and not a Deno project. So let's go ahead and convert this into a Deno project. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to first open the terminal here. I'm going to run Deno init. And this will generate a basic main.ts file and a deno.json for us. So deno.json is somewhat similar to package.json in that it serves to indicate a Deno project. I'm actually intending to remove this package.json entirely. Deno actually does allow you to have a deno.json and a package.json simultaneously, and this is valid for certain use cases. But for the purposes of our demo, I kind of want to demonstrate what a Deno project would look like without the presence of a package.json, just so we can showcase a project built with just pure Deno functionality. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to run Deno add, and I'm going to list all the libraries that are present in the dependencies section of our package.json. Now, for you Deno enthusiasts, I'm sure you'll notice that this isn't actually required for us for a Deno project, but I will briefly explain why I went ahead and did this in just a moment. Looks like I forgot to add the npm prefix for each of our libraries here. So of course, when you're adding npm libraries from the npm registry, you'll have to indicate that these libraries are coming from an npm registry using the npm : prefix. All right, so once that's done, I'm actually going to go ahead and delete package.json as well as the node modules folder. I'm also going to go ahead and take the www file here. I'm going to rename this to index.cjs, and I'm going to move this into the root folder of our project. I'm also going to go ahead and delete main.ts and main_test.ts. So the next step for us is we actually want to convert these common JS files, in particular index.cjs and app.js, into ECMAScript modules. And the reason for this is this will allow us to use the full capabilities of deno.json without having to install a node modules folder. So I'm going to go ahead and convert these require statements into imports. Next, I'm going to fix the path of app here, and I'm going to add a .ts extension here. And I'm going to also change the extension of index.cjs to index.ts and app.ts as well. All right, next we'll notice that we have a red squiggly under HTTP, and this is because this is a node library. So in order to import a node library in Deno, we have to add the node prefix. So it's going to be node colon HTTP. Next, we're going to navigate to app.ts, and we're going to do something similar. We're going to convert these requires into imports. We're going to take this path import, and we're going to add the node colon prefix because it's a node module. We're also going to add JS extensions to routes and routes/users.js. We're also going to convert this module.exports into a export default statement. Now I'm actually going to go back and undo a change that I made earlier, and I'm going to convert index.ts and app.ts back into JS files. So I'm just going to go ahead and change the extensions back here, and we'll see that the extension is also correct in index.js. All right, and now that that's done, we can go ahead and start our Express server. We can go into deno.json, and we can convert the run script and change it and adjust it to make it run index.js instead. And once this is done, we can go ahead and run deno task dev. One quick fix we need to make is we need to go into routes index and routes users. We're going to go ahead and convert these to use ECMAScript syntax. We simply have to adjust the require statement and convert it into an import statement. And we also have to change the last line here into an export default statement. And we also have to do the same thing for users.js as well. And once that's done, we have to allow access to the server resources by manually granting access. And to fix this last error here, we just need to navigate back over to app.js. And we just have to add a couple of lines here. So we have to define file name and dir name here. And we also need to add one last import here, file URL to path. So with this import statement and these two variable declarations, we just need to add the correct prefix here, node colon, and then we hit save, go ahead and allow all the permissions here. And once that's done, we can go ahead and navigate to localhost 3000 and see that our Express server is working as expected. So going back to our project, you'll notice that there are a few key things that we did to make this happen. First and foremost, by running the deno task dev command, it will actually run our index.js file in watch mode. And this is effectively the same as installing Node daemon in your Node project. And this comes out of the box in Deno. Another thing that you'll notice is that we also don't have a Node modules folder in our project. So this project does not have the bloat of having to install all our dependencies locally into a Node modules folder in order to use them. Our project is lightweight, and we're still able to utilize all these NPM libraries. So through this simple and painless process, we were able to utilize the feature set of Deno to set up an Express project that comes with all of these convenient capabilities right out the box, and also solve some of the problems that we find with traditional Node development. Another quick cool thing I want to showcase is that we don't actually need these imports here. If we go ahead and erase these from deno.json, we can actually still use these packages by adding the npm prefix to each of these import statements. And by adding an npm prefix to each of these import statements, Deno will know how to fetch these packages. The reason we add an npm prefix is to indicate to Deno what package registry we're getting these packages from. And you'll see that our code works just fine through this method. However, I prefer to add the mappings to deno.json to keep a record of what kind of dependencies that we're using throughout our project. So I'm going to go ahead and undo that change and bring back the imports in our deno.json. Another quick thing you can do to avoid having to explicitly give permissions every time we run our Deno project in development is that we can add the -a modifier to the Deno run command, and this will automatically give all security permissions by default. Now, of course, this is less secure than assigning permissions manually. But for the purposes of this demo, I can showcase that this is another feature that you can use to add extra convenience for your project development. Now you can go ahead and run deno task dev, and you'll see that it's running right out the box.